I wonder when he started to look down on me. Before we got married, he was so kind and respected my opinions. Incompetent. Idiot. Moron. Day after day, he hurled these cruel words at me, constantly asserting his own superiority. One day, I couldn't stand it any longer and talked back. He got mad and stormed out. At that moment, I realized something. I should have done this from the beginning. My name is Elsa, and I'm 28 years old. Just an ordinary office worker at a certain company. I met my husband, Nathan, through a friend, and we got married after dating for 2 years. From the beginning, he was very smart and always made me feel happy. Elsa, here. Is this from my favorite brand? It's been a year since we started dating, right? I wanted to give you something memorable. This is so expensive. I'm sorry. You went to so much trouble. Don't worry about it. I bought it because I wanted to give it to you, Elsa. He was unusually thoughtful for a man, always noticing even the smallest changes in me. In retrospect, he might just have been used to dealing with women. But for me, who had little dating experience, he was very attractive. Fair and kind to everyone, good at conversation. Friendly, well liked by everyone. However, that was just his public persona. A year after our marriage, the kind man he once was is gone. He seems to keep up appearances, but when he comes home, he becomes a domineering jerk. We both work, but I always do the housework. If I come home late because of overtime, or serve frozen food, he immediately scolds me. Hey, why is dinner frozen food? Sorry, I had to work late today, so I didn't have time to cook. Don't make excuses. You're such a failure. You can't even make a proper dinner. There's no point in saying that. I'm working too, you know? If you're to complain so much, maybe you can cook sometimes. Huh? What are you talking about? I'm the one allowing you to work. Be grateful to me, you loser. Now, hurry up and cook something. Apparently, in his mind, I'm just selfishly choosing to work. All I want is to keep working until we have kids. He doesn't think at all about sharing the housework because we both work. He's always insulting people, but if something good happens to him at work, he can't stop bragging about it. Just the other day, he came home in high spirits and started talking right away. Today at work, my colleagues relied on me. Man, it's tough having my own work and still being busy. I see. Good job. Everyone at the company recognizes my abilities, so people naturally come to me. Nathan, you're amazing. Right? I'm on a different level than a loser like you. You're lucky. Be grateful that you got to marry someone as capable as me. Despite our income not being that different, he talks as if he's the only one who's superior. To be honest, his attitude often makes me angry. Usually, I manage to endure it, but sometimes I can't help but talk back. However, no matter how much I express my own opinion, he never changes his mind and just fights back with his usual sophistry. Lately, even arguing has become a drag. I've always enjoyed keeping a diary. When we first started dating, it was filled with happy stories, but recently it has become nothing more than a record of the verbal abuse and harsh words from Nathan. One day, an unforgivable event had occurred. I had planned a meal out a month in advance to celebrate my best friend, Sally's birthday. I had told Nathan about this, and he had agreed to it. Despite that, on the day itself, he sprouted the most absurd statement. Hey, we're going to my parents' house today. What? I couldn't believe my ears. We can't today. I've told you I'm having dinner with Sally for her birthday. I must have forgotten about that trivial matter. Anyway, start getting ready to go to my parents' house. But I told you. I can't go. I have a promise with Sally. If it's that important, Nathan, you should go alone. Huh. If I did that, our parents would get the wrong impression. They might think our marriage isn't going well and start prying into my life. True to his reputation as a man of appearances, he only thinks about himself. With a heavy sigh, Nathan began yelling, his face turning red in anger. I told you to get ready quickly. You're a hopeless fool, and I bet your friend isn't any better. Excuse me? What did you just say? There's no need to celebrate such a person's birthday. It's a waste of money and time. Wait a minute, Sally is my precious friend. Take back what you said. I just stated a fact. Got a problem with that? Of course I do. I won't let you get away with insulting my close friend. I will never forgive you until you take back what you said and apologize. Nathan, however, smirked provocatively and snorted. Won't forgive until I apologize? Do whatever you want. I don't need your forgiveness. What's with that attitude? Do you even realize how horribly you're behaving? You just insulted my dear friend. Man, what a hassle. Enough. I'm out of here. While I'm gone, you better reflect on your actions. Think hard with that useless head of yours about how to behave towards me in the future. He stormed out, leaving behind only the bare essentials. The faint love I had left for him completely vanished at that moment. I couldn't forgive him anymore. Not just me, but to insult my dear friend too. Without chasing after him, I headed to the rendezvous point with Sally. Several hours later, after having a fun meal and a shopping spree with Sally, I returned home at night. Nathan wasn't home yet, but that didn't matter to me. I had completely lost any feelings for him. He didn't return, and I enjoyed living alone for several days. During that time, I had a realization. Wait a minute, isn't life much more comfortable without him? Even when I managed household chores in between work, he wouldn't even utter a word of thanks, let alone praise. On top of that, he would constantly belittle me. Continuing such a marital relationship would be a complete waste of time and money. In my valuable life, Nathan's existence is nothing but a hindrance. Why had I even tried to understand and make efforts for such a husband? All my patience up until now suddenly seemed foolish. If I continued this marriage, it would only chip away at my mental health. It's smarter to get a divorce as soon as possible. Thus, I decided to divorce. When I told my best friend Sally about this, she listened to my story with sympathy. That's what happened. I just assumed you were living a happy married life. He's always desperate to keep up appearances. It's terrible at home. As she said this with a far-off look in her eyes, Sally murmured. I see. So, what's the plan now? I'm thinking about getting a divorce. I see. If that's your decision, Elsa, I think it's for the best. Can I refer you to a top-notch lawyer? That would help. I'm a secretary at a law firm. I know many competent divorce lawyers. Thank you. I can finally break free from that man. I'll start a new life. Following that, I consulted with the lawyer Sally introduced to me, and started making steady preparations for the divorce. Nathan returned exactly a week after he left. Seeing me, he grinned and spoke. Hey Elsa, long time no see. How was it? Being alone must have made you realize a few things, right? Yes, I did realize a few things. At my reply, he nodded in satisfaction. Good to hear. You must have understood my value in this week. I hope you reflected properly. Reflected? What should I reflect on? Huh? You really are dumb. Even though I gave you plenty of time to think, you haven't changed a bit. I have. I've changed indeed. He looked puzzled at my strong declaration. What's changed? What on earth are you talking about? My feelings have changed. Huh? I don't see any change in you. First, could you sign this for me? What's this? It's a divorce application. Can't you see? A divorce application. As soon as he saw the divorce application I presented, he exploded. Damn it! Are you out of your mind? You should be grateful for me while I was gone. Don't talk nonsense. It was rather comfortable being alone. That's why I'm asking for a divorce. Fooling around. How dare you decide that on your own? Why do you think I left for a week? To make you reflect on your actions and give you time to think. Well, I appreciate that. Thanks to you giving me time, I've realized it's more comfortable without you, and I don't need a man like you at all. What? Nathan was probably shocked to hear that I decided to divorce him while he was gone. His mouth opened and closed as he tried to squeeze out words. You're joking. I gave you time to think out of goodwill, and now you're talking about a divorce. I won't accept such selfish behavior. It doesn't matter if you don't accept it. I'm not canceling the divorce. Plus, I'll get compensation at the divorce trial for the mental suffering you've caused me. Compensation in the divorce trial? Why should I pay? I've always told the truth. Do you think your oppressive remarks will be accepted? Even if it's the truth, it doesn't mean you can say anything just because we're married. Shut up. I've been listening to you all high and mighty. I won't pay a dime in divorce compensation, you hear me? Do as you please. Just remember, I'll have a lawyer on my side. Prepare yourself for that. Nathan started to shake, his face reddening like a volcano on the brink of eruption. He couldn't accept that the woman he had belittled for so long was now pushing him into a corner. Before long, he began to yell, spittle flying from his mouth. Enough of this. You should just listen to me. Who put these ridiculous ideas in your head? That good-for-nothing friend of yours? No. All decisions were made by me alone. Well then, you must be incredibly stupid. If you divorce me, you're just losing a capable husband. You're only setting yourself up for loss. It's quite something for you to say that. You're the only one who thinks you're capable. Why can't you see that? What did you say? All I need is for you to properly pay the divorce compensation. Can you sign the divorce papers quickly? Don't mess with me. There's no evidence that I've caused you mental distress. There is evidence. What? I showed him the numerous diary entries I had recorded on my phone. In it were detailed accounts of the daily verbal abuse I had endured. Looking intently at the smartphone screen, I told him clearly, you know, keeping a detailed diary like this can be used as evidence. I was surprised to find out myself. You've been recording this all along. It was a daily habit. I've always liked keeping a diary. But who knew it would come in handy like this? It was worth being diligent all this time. Don't mess around. I won't let you do as you please. He stormed into my room, no doubt looking for the diary to destroy the evidence. As I watched him frantically search for my diary, I spoke with a relaxed smile. Sorry to disappoint you while you're searching so diligently, but it's useless. I've already handed over the diary to my lawyer. What the hell? Of course I wouldn't leave evidence around here. I've been preparing for the divorce for a while now, when you weren't around. Shut up. I'll never admit to a divorce. I won't approve it. Huh? I don't need your approval. Even without it, as long as I have enough evidence, I can divorce. Nathan seemed to want to retort, but perhaps he realized it was futile and clenched his teeth in anger. He didn't seem to think he had done anything wrong. I was truly dumbfounded by him. You really are a joke right now. What's that? Do you even understand why it's come to this? It's because you're a despicable person who can verbally abuse others without feeling any guilt. You probably thought if you acted nice until we got married, you'd have me in your grasp. Well, you're out of luck. I'm not stupid enough to dedicate my life to a lowlife like you. How dare you? Who do you think I am? You? I only see you as an overconfident piece of trash. What? A piece of trash? While you weren't around, I realized it's a waste of time to be in a marriage with trash like you. So I decided to quickly throw you out. I hope you struggle and suffer from now on. Fall down to the depths of hell. Never, ever involve yourself in my life again. I ignored my stunned husband and left the house. I never looked back. When I reported the divorce to Nathan's parents, they were furious with him. You idiot! Divorce is a disgrace to our family. That's right. We can't show our faces to the neighbors. What are you going to do about it? Indeed, they were the parents of this man. It seemed his parents also cared abnormally about what others thought. As for his father, he gave his son a stern scolding, followed by a beating. Ouch! Stop it, Dad! Shut up! You can't even protect your own family. But I didn't expect that woman to resist me. You're disowned. Don't come back to this house. No way! Reflect on your actions alone for a while. Nathan didn't seem to expect to be hit by his own father. He reportedly apologized profusely, crying pathetically. Despite his pleas, he was easily disowned from his family home. Afterward, my diary became solid evidence, and the divorce was finalized. I was also able to fully recover the compensation money from the divorce trial. Since I left, Nathan's life has been a mess. His meals consist of fast food or frozen food every day, and his suits are wrinkled. It's the natural consequence of dumping all the housework on me. The reason for our divorce gradually spread throughout the company, and his reputation at work plummeted. Now, it seems that the employees keep their distance from him, treating him like a hot potato. He was a man who used to brag about being relied on by his colleagues. He must be burning with regret inside. Honestly, it serves him right. On the other hand, after the divorce, I moved to a condo near the office, which made commuting easier. Being able to live without having to worry about his mood every day is the greatest joy. From now on, I plan to devote myself to work with renewed vigor. And someday, if I meet someone wonderful again, next time, I want to make a decision to ensure my happiness.